What's your ideal trading strategy? Is it one that lowers risk, cuts down on the number of decisions you have to make, or is it just one that saves you some time? If you've answered yes to any of those, you're going to really like today's topic. I'm going to walk you through a strategy that you can use in anything from a regular brokerage account all the way to a retirement account. We'll look at this strategy in two different ways. We'll look at a basic version that uses tools that everyone has access to, and then we'll look at a more powerful version that we've created here at Sectors Made Simple. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this webinar, we've got a quick disclaimer. This video is meant for educational purposes. Unfortunately, past results don't always guarantee future performance, which is why it's really important that you do your own research prior to making any investment decisions. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. Both of the strategies we're going to look at share the same basic idea. Find and invest in the strongest sector of the market. If you're not familiar with the sector, here's a quick rundown. The sector is just a group of companies that do similar things, like technology, healthcare, or energy. There are 11 different sectors in total, with each company belonging to one sector, which means if we want to study and find opportunities within the S&P 500, instead of having to look at all 500 individual stocks, all we need to do is compare the 11 different sector groups. And if you're wondering, yes, you can actually invest in a sector. That's where ETFs or exchange-traded funds come in. For example, the ETF XLK tracks technology companies within the S&P 500, while XLE tracks energy companies. If you buy one ETF, you own that whole sector. That not only makes investing easier, it also typically will make investing less risky than if we were picking individual stocks. With all the framework done, let's now go check out the basic version of this strategy. For this version of the strategy, we're going to be using the website Stock Charts. Here, we're going to go to the menu and click on Charts and Tools, scroll down a little bit and click on All Tools, do a little bit more scrolling until we find Interactive Perf Charts, and under Select a Group, you might have to scroll down one last time to S&P Sector ETFs. This chart now shows us the returns of the different 11 market sectors. But there's one slight problem. These returns are showing us how much better or worse each sector did compared to the S&P 500. If we click on the gray tab where it says S&P 500, now we will actually see the returns for each sector. So, if we're interested to see which sector is the leader over the past, say, 5 days, all we have to do is click where you see 200 days on the slider and put in 5. This now shows us which sectors have had the best returns over the past 5 days. And you'll see in this example, technology has the best return at 3%. This works really well for quickly finding the top returning sector, but it does have some issues. I chose 5 days for the example, but when it comes to deciding what we want to invest in, do we use 5 days? Or maybe something like 20 days? Or something else entirely? But now, we've solved one problem and created another. When we look at the past 20 days, all of a sudden, there isn't one sector that stands out. We see communication services, energy, and healthcare are all looking pretty strong. So which one do we pick? Do we pick one or do we pick all three? And also, how do you know if this method really works long term? This is showing us how these different sectors have done over the past month, or in this case 20 days, but as we talked about earlier, past results don't guarantee future performance, and we don't really have a lot of past results to go off of. Now, here's the same style of strategy, but the improved version, using the tools we've created at Sectors Made Simple. We've built trading strategies that take the same idea, invest in the top sector, and made it clearer and easier to come to that conclusion. We've created a handful of strategies, and each strategy trades just once per week and only buys one sector at a time. For example, right now, our Wednesday long-term strategy is holding XLY, the consumer discretionary sector. But the thing that makes this really powerful is the transparency. We don't just say, trust us, it works. We show you exactly how the strategy has performed in the past, and we don't just highlight the profits. We also share with you the drawdowns or risks that the strategy has had along the way. For example, the same Wednesday long-term strength strategy over the past 3 months has had a gain of 11.5% with a risk or drawdown of just 1%. And you can see that same information over the past 6 months, 1 year, and 3 years as well. Plus, if you don't want to have to set a reminder to go and check in on your strategy, you can click here on the bell icon to the right of the strategy and get alerts sent to your email whenever the strategy updates what it's holding. Our strategies are designed to help us maximize profit while keeping risk low and making the strategies easy to use. So easy that they can be used in both regular brokerage accounts and retirement accounts such as IRAs. If you'd like to learn more about the tools that we offer here, and of course, the trading strategies that we've created using these tools, come check out sectorsmadesimple.com.